play the angel and the devil on both shoulders.
Trevor from the block.
We get the rights to your next project.
What? Today's guest, Adonis Jordan.
Welcome to the insert podcast name here.
The Muddy Corners
Podcast. We'll edit that in post. We'll figure out the name and then we'll put it in there. This is a podcast where we hang out with some artists. We hopefully get to introduce you to some new artists. We get to hear an awesome performance. My name is Trevor, amateur recording artist. I am with my host, Kade.
Hey.
Also amateur recording artist.
Yeah.
And our guest today is Adonis. How's it going, Adonis?
It's going good. I'm also an amateur recording artist.
Oh yeah, I should have said that.
Thanks
We planned
a lot.
on a very elaborate intro of like explaining what our artist does, and that shit went right out the window. So Adonis, member of Oceanides.
I think it's Oceanids.
Is
right?
it?
Yep.
Fucking
However you want to say it.
And also not a member, but I think probably the head.
Yeah, I mean, Oceanids is kind of, right now we're not very active. I've really been focusing on my Igama project. It's been my main priority, which is just my solo stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
dope. Well, right.
Hold on. I want to ask this. What is Igama then?
So Igama is just an alias, to produce under.
Okay.
I chose the name. Igama is the Zulu word for name, and so it just means name.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just about the idea that it's really about the music, and anything you label it by, the genre and stuff, is really just, in the end, it doesn't do it justice to describe what it is, and so it's just like name, just something generic. But you can't just pick name, so yeah, I had to dress it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Right off the bat, fuck, marry, kill. Which one?
Mary.
Dope.
Yeah,
Be
Mary.
killing.
What?
I don't know, something good.
No, you fuck someone, you marry someone, you kill someone. Who are your top three there? Because when I heard that, I was like, who's Mary Kill or Mary Hill? It's like, who is he talking about?
Let's see.
Mary.
Even three people to choose from. You gotta be like,
Well, you guys are missing the joke entirely.
Damn
The whole
it.
point is fuck, marry, kill. Which one? I'd be killing. He'd be marrying.
I'd be fucking.
Is that what you would choose though, or is that just what's left?
That's what I would choose. Yeah.
Okay, so that works out.
Yeah.
It's quite the trio. So we went through your Twitter.
Nice.
We went all the way through it.
That's
I went
cool.
all the way back.
Dude, thanks.
Years.
I didn't know I had that long.
I don't know if Twitter allows you to go all the way back, but we went back as far as fucking Twitter.
Dude, let's hear it. Let's see what you got.
Kate actually had a question about a tweet that you had posted.
Let's hear it.
Okay. The sitar is an instrument I want to have relations with. Hashtag world music. Hashtag sitar. End quote.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Now that you read it to me like that, it seems to ring a bell. Because I've always wanted relations with a sitar. I mean, that instrument can do so many things. You got these low droney notes, just hanging out in the background, and then you got some melodies on top of it, and it's just, you can do so much.
So how many strings are attached to a sitar?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I really don't know. I would like the relations with the sitar so I could find out
He
for
wants
myself.
to get to know this.
Dude, I actually, I was at Lighthouse, maybe 6 weeks ago, and there was a band, 3-piece band, a drummer, a guy on the bass, and then a guy sitting Indian style playing the sitar. And dude, it blew me away. I'd never seen anybody play it live. And dude, they were amazing. I mean, just the way that, and it sucks that I don't remember the band's name. I know they're local as far as, within the next 45 minutes in either direction is concerned. But man, dude, the way that band could get really intense and move the crowd in a certain way, even at a bar, is really impressive. And then kind of tone it down and just like roll with it. You know what I mean? Like It was cool, man. And I don't even know how you tune something like that. It was impressive.
Yeah, I would like the relations. I really would.
Some of your music features sitar.
Yeah, it features. I had this really nice like sitar synth on my, in my DAW, and just kind of like make it sound okay. Add a little bit of reverb, just kind of dress it up a little bit as well. I don't actually have a real sitar, but hey, I mean, to the untrained
if you
ear,
know the amount of strings.
No, dude, I don't know anything about the sitar. I want the relations.
Yeah.
No, I
Close
think
acquaintances with the sitar.
I really would like to. I'm kind of interested in like Eastern classical music, and so that's why I'd want to get it. Is just kind of like study a different form of music theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also stumbled upon. Did you see Spangle live?
Oh yes, I did.
What the fuck was that like?
Spangle is awesome. When I saw him, it was at Park City Live, and it was kind of funny because they had brought in extra security, and they had like news cameras too to cover the added security that Park City Live was implementing for the Spangle show. Because they have such classic songs such as DMT, LSD, just like that. So anyhow, it took us like ages to get in there. It took like 45 minutes to get in. I mean, I think, let's see, it was like, I would say it was a pretty packed show, it's like Park City Live, but it was really good. It was super loud. He's like a wizard back there mixing. They have a really crazy visual rig by Zebler. I don't know if you guys know Zebler, but he releases music as Zebler and Canty Experience, and then does visuals for like Spangle and some other people, but anyhow, this guy's dreads like down to his like ankles, and these visuals are insane. But it was really good. I'd like to see Spangle live, but from what I hear, it's like $200,000 to put on a show, just like with all the different
With the full band.
Yeah,
Because
just flying everybody and paying people and stuff.
he does shows where it's like not the full band, right? Where he like
Yeah, that
has
was
certain pieces and stuff.
exactly. That was I don't know. I haven't. The one I saw was more like a DJ type set, but he wasn't disc jockeying. He was just like mixing on a board. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy mixes every genre of music. It seems.
Oh yeah.
I've only heard like one or 1.5 albums or so.
Yeah, Simon Posford, he's definitely a big inspiration. Him and Ott. I like the really early Schmangle stuff, like 2001. The latest stuff, it's, I don't know, it's okay. But that's not the stuff he was playing live. He was still playing, like, the old stuff.
Yeah.
So.
No, I could definitely hear the influence in it, in the sense that it does sound like there's a lot of like world music like mixed into it.
Oh, yeah. And the psychedelia.
Yeah. Me and my buddy like just stumbled upon it one night, and I was just thinking like Spangle isn't like it doesn't seem like the kind of band that you would like hop in your car and be like, dude, put on track 6 Spangle. Track 6 is fucking fire. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just go halfway into like the album or even like a song, because it's such a weird roller coaster of how it takes you through different genres and shit.
Yeah, super progressive. It's kind of like with, I don't know if you'd ever listen to Mars Volta.
Yeah.
But when you listen to them, you want to listen to all the songs, like, in order. Listen to the album, because the context is pretty vital.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I've got a question. I kind of want to go. I know that the stuff you are going to play, and the album you're releasing is Igama, but I've always been curious of the beginnings or the origin story of Oceanids. We went to high school together, and I would see you in Palmer's art class. Kind of admired you from afar, just playing, whether it was his banjo or your guitar, just hanging out, having conversations with him.
Yeah.
How do I want to phrase this? When did you decide to focus on, more electronic stuff rather than hone in on the guitar?
I think it kind of came to a point, like, I was playing around Ogden for a couple years, doing Mojo shows, and this is Forest 21. I was like I'm never gonna get anywhere doing this. Like I could be the best guitarist of all time in Ogden, and then I go to Salt Lake and it doesn't matter. Or I go to Fort Collins, Colorado, and no one's heard of me, and they have all these great guitarists there that have been holding it down for 30 years. So I was just like, electronic music is really more universal. It's kind of like, just less limiting, and also you can be one guy on stage and make it super exciting. Like, great example is Slow Magic, the way he gets a crowd going. It's like incredible.
Oh, it's amazing.
One guy, like he's I was looking at his Ableton set, and I was like, one day I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's really not that much going on over there, but he's playing some drums and it's cool, so it's one of my favorite artists. But I think really it was just about being able to control the sound more and just go deeper with it than I can with just a guitar. And so it's kind of taken going from being in the seat of a musician, like a performance musician, and going more to like the composer's position, and the guitar just has become a part of that puzzle, not just the whole
Okay.
Yeah. But basically it was probably around age 18, 19 when I realized I was like, the electronic stuff is just too good. It's just like addictive, and I like it, and I want to like dive into that. So with my student loans, I bought my nice laptop, my
Nice.
some monitors, interface, all that stuff, and I got like Studio One and like a Nakai keyboard, and I was living with one of my friends at the time, and every morning she just hear the same song I was working on, this like stupid generic bass line, just like just like some stupid thing, and she was just like, God, like I just can't wait till you're better at this. And luckily it worked out. But I think it was kind of just, I got out of high school and started performing around town. I was like, I think the electronic stuff is really where I want to be. I mean, I wanted to take the music a lot further than I think I can with the acoustic guitar only. So just branch out a little bit. So, and then I think also to answer your question with Oceanids, that was basically, I started it off like that was my SoundCloud. That's what I was going to release it as, and it just was myself. And then my buddy Nick, he was like, stoked on the stuff too, and starts helping me doing the live shows, and that kind of became like our thing was, doing that type of stuff together. And I was mainly composing like the songs and whatnot, and he'd help me perform it live. And lately we haven't been doing too much as Oceanids. It's kind of like taking the back seat to getting the Igama project established.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it's hard to get so many people involved too. I remember seeing all you guys perform as Oceanids at Only in Ogden.
Yeah.
Which was a cool space for a very short-lived time. I think you guys did like there were 3 different sections where there was the full band, and then there would be a piece, and then there was like another piece, and it was almost like 3 shows in one. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
you don't see that, especially locally. Like you don't really see people doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and I guess the idea was like I did the acoustic music or the acoustic type shows, and I did the electronic stuff, and also we like to jam like the psychedelic rock when I was working with Matt and Mindy Anderson and Matt Fro. Those were the other 2 musicians that kind of helped out with Oceanid stuff. And I think honestly the coolest part about it was like it was like a project that wasn't specifically one genre. Like I really like the electronic stuff, but it was cool to kind of have the space, to do 3 sets in one show. We even did an open mic night on that same night it was an EP release night, and we did an open mic night first, which was a disaster, by the way. Never do an open mic night before you want to get like a good show in, But anyhow, it ended up turning out pretty cool. I think that was probably one of the best turnouts we ever had.
Yeah.
And
well, and it was cool because you had Jordan Doherty who did artwork, I believe, for some of those CDs, and they were all different. All the covers for that, I believe, and on the actual tangible like CD, they were all different. And it was one hell of a collaboration, dude, and not just like with the music, but you had a lot of really good people involved.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it was kind of cool the way that it all came together. Is like one night I was thinking, I want to just release something, get a lot of people involved, and then for like the next month I was just like working like tirelessly to make it all happen. I remember I drove down there to the venue to talk to the owner and try and pitch him on the idea, and I was just like so excited, and I'm just like pitching it in million words per second. Like, she was like, yeah, it's cool, sounds fun, like, sure, you guys can do it. I was just like overkilling her. I was like, but it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, it's gonna be so great.
She's like, dude, you already booked the gig, like, when you said you were interested in playing here.
Yeah, it was just like, it was great. But yeah, it turned out really good, and we had the artwork for that project, or for that piece, was done by Dan Larson.
Oh, okay.
And
what's his band now?
He's a part of Theta.
Theta, yeah.
And his stuff is incredible. So if you
I
guys
just
check
saw
it
them
out,
at Funk and Dive, dude. It was awesome, man.
Yeah, Theta's awesome as well. Ritual, the whole gang. But yeah, I think his art, like how he markets the art, is Daniel Tyrell, Daniel Tyrell. But check it out, Daniel Tyrell. It's really good.
Check it out. So, Kate told me a little bit about like how the Oceanids collective came through. Talk a little bit about like the different stages of what it had to go through.
So it starts as a single producer, and then it became kind of a 2-man deal, and then it became like a four person deal. We had Matt Froh on drums and Mindy Anderson singing, and even sometimes we had Mindy's little brother Seth playing bass too. And so those are kind of the stages as far as like the 3 different incarnations, and then after that we kind of just different life circumstances kind of took us in separate directions, and so we kind of stopped as a 4-piece, and it kind of just came back down to Nick and I, like, messing around on some stuff. But lately I think it's really evolved into this need of like both of Nick and I establishing ourselves as independent artists, which will make the Oceanids project better. So it's definitely still under construction and evolution, but right now it's kind of in like a low energy state, just kind of like in hibernation until we get some other stuff sorted out.
Yeah.
But I think it really started off with the idea of like, I want to make electronic music, and I want to make something that has the space for other people to be involved. A big inspiration would be like how Damon Albarn does Gorillaz live shows. He composes everything, but it has a space to bring in like violinists and vocalists and script, DJs,
definitely.
and all kinds of stuff. So that was kind of I think that was the original idea, is like, this collective that is just something that gives everyone the space to kind of experiment and explore. And another stage I failed to mention was we had a violinist in Washington D.C. helping us out for a little bit,
right?
Named Christina Westernick, and she's really great. She does some cool stuff, and right now she writes for Bliss Pop, which is a DC blog. But we're still really close friends and doing some, we have plans to do some stuff in the future again. Cool. But yeah, that's basically it. It's just kind of the single person, 2-person, 4-person, back to, just the kind of the base of us, which is Nick and I. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Have another beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. I just wanted to hit one more question. I think I'm an amateur. I'm just getting into gear, recording gear, pedals, MIDI inputs, things like that. I mean, what kind of tell me about your gear. What do you like to use, and why?
Okay, so what I brought with me today, which I don't think we'll end up using, but I'm mainly using my computer to run my digital audio workstation. I'm using Ableton Live and Studio One, and then I have a little audio box interface that lets me, plug in my microphones, my guitars, and everything. And I use that for both in studio and live. For guitar, I'm just doing direct in live. the guitar amp thing is kind of a challenge, and with electronic music, there's no standard that's saying, hey, you need to have an amp on stage to be a real musician. You know, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? If you're playing an instrument, you're already in a different category as, you know, than a lot of electronic musicians. So, I've been doing the direct-in route for guitar, and then I'm a big fan of the Ableton Push. I have the Ableton Push 1. Here and there I use my buddy's Prophet 08 synthesizer. David Smith Instruments is that one. And then I use an Akai MPK little MIDI controller that has some keyboard, or I think it's, I can't remember. It's like 26 keys or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it has some MIDI pads on it. And really, though, a lot of digital stuff. I found that with the tools you have in a DAW these days, like, it's really a lot more powerful than just a synth, you know, just like, and I like using the analog stuff. I'm not really one is better than the other. I think you should kind of marry those in the studio.
Yeah.
But really that's been the core of it, is just like guitar, soft synth, a little bit of hard synth, and here and there I'd throw some vocals into it as well.
Nice.
But yeah.
Cool.
Dope. So I mean, being that you are a guitar teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could sight read pretty easily, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can sight read some up to like about the intermediate level. I wouldn't say my strong suit is like musical notation and stuff.
Right.
As an instructor, I think my forte is really helping like kids or the student, whoever, you know, it is, just really hone in on like the less tangible parts of music, which can be kind of difficult to define, but really just kind of teaching people how to get into the mindset to be more creative, to kind of let the music flow out of you. That, I'd say that's my best part. Is I really like to work with kids who are just getting started with the guitar.
Yeah.
Because I can kind of teach them how to, like, it's more about like honing in on like into that kind of like frequency of, you know, what the guitar is, like creativity and music and everything. It's kind of, I think it's native to you when you're a kid. But in a way, it kind of gets suppressed as you grow up, and so
Definitely.
it helps having an instructor sometimes to be like, hey, you know, these are some things you can do if you want these results, and so I don't sight read too great, you know, but I can do it a little bit.
Well, the reason I ask is we actually wanted to play like some games, like of course different podcasts and shows have different like games, but there's no games that are specific to just artists. So I wanted to, if we're going to be interviewing artists only, I mean, we might as well introduce some games that you'd really only be able to see an artist do. So what I want to do is I'm going to have you grab your guitar. I'm going to give you some chords.
Okay.
I'm going to give you basically just the rhythm of how you want to hit those chords, right?
Okay.
If you can guess what the song is, you could win something. Let's see what you win. If you win, you get some picks.
Okay.
If you lose, we get the rights to your next project.
No deal.
What?
No deal. My next project is like my life. That's gonna be my career. No deal on that. But I'll chug the rest of this beer.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So these are the chords. I don't know if they're right.
Let's see here.
Just trying to get those
So
right.
you can go through those chords, and I'm just gonna knock the rhythm so you know how to play it. So it goes. Boom, 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 bing, boom, 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 boom. So the last part is boom, boom.
It sounds like kind of like some Gwen Stefani or something.
Funny. Okay. I get the Gwen vibe.
Oh, I think the lyrics are
That last
me,
part
actually.
is-
Yeah.
Or it's dun 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 dun. right, now go ahead and play it real quick. Wait, is Gwen Stefani your final guess? No? You promised the rights to your next project.
No.
We have that recorded.
Let's see. I don't know. I would say it could probably be more than one song.
It could be.
It could probably be like
Those
10
are pretty
songs.
generic songs. They could be applied to a lot of stuff.
There you go.
I don't know.
I'd write that down.
I would say, yeah, I'm gonna go with Gwen's. What was her band? What were they?
No Doubt?
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No
No Doubt,
doubt.
dog.
It sounds like the chords from "It's My Life."
Don't you forget. All right, we'll go ahead and play it Just play it,
Play it like 4 times through.
and I'm gonna expose what it is. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and hurt you.
You got Rick.
You just got Rickrolled. You fucking got Rickrolled, dude. We got the rights to. Are you gonna give us the Oceanids or the Agama?
Well, it's funny you ask. My next project is actually something I haven't really told anyone about.
Oh,
It's called Mud MD. Mud MD,
Okay.
and it's like the dirtiest, filthiest,
Is it trap?
ugliest. It's not trap. It's more of kind of like a more abrasive form of polka. You know, kind of like a really abrasive Eastern European
nice.
traditional type of thing. So you guys get the rights to Mud MD.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh man, I got rickrolled hard.
You got so Rickrolled, man. I was thinking that one of you guys were gonna get it before the end of it, but I'm glad that you didn't, because now we got the rights. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go to a performance by Agama himself. Let's do it. Adonis Jordan, everyone. Adonis Jordan, everyone.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it at the bird cage. The birdhouse?
Birdhouse. Let's do birdhouse.
Well, I thought,
Birdhouse is
what about
good.
Tony Hawk?
Well, it's spelled with a Y, I guess. Like,
He's coming after
birdhouse
you.
is. No, I don't think so. Not after that hot wing challenge.
Man, what a
Thank you,
performance
Adonis.
by Gama.
Yeah.
That was
You guys are too kind.
That was awesome. I can't believe that, for one, we got this room set up this quickly back into the setup that we had previously. That was an awesome performance that you just did just a minute ago. I dug it. That was the end of the first insert podcast name here.
The Muddy Corners
Podcast. It was super exciting. I'm super happy that we got Adonis on here. Where can we find you?
Oh, on SoundCloud, that's kind of the main spot to catch my music. SoundCloud.com/Igama Sounds, IGAMA. I'm going to be playing live in, let's see, I got a show in Salt Lake this Friday at
Who knows if we'll be
Hub
releasing
Impact.
it before then.
It's going to be for the Opposition Art Gallery series. I'm playing an acoustic show at Slackwater Pub
Nice.
in a couple Wednesdays. And then I'll be playing, opening up for Closey and Symbionic, which are two artists from Gravitas, a label I've worked with before out of Austin. I'm going to be opening up for them at Urban Lounge on February 4th. The next day I go to Berlin for 2 weeks. So I'm a busy guy this month.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
That's a good thing, man.
Yep.
I mean, and you guys can look out for Mud MD, executive producers, Kate and I. You could check me out at Dog Shoots Owner on YouTube. That's pretty much all I got up right now. I'll be working on some more shit. But Kate, do you have anything on the internet right now?
Yeah, I've got one major project coming out here. Insert name here, maybe. In future episodes, I'll give it some more recognition. But
Cool. Awesome. Well, again, thank you. Shouts out to the cameraman, Jeremy.
thanks, Jerem.
Yep, we appreciate it. Have a good one, everyone.
Peace out.